A new global monument dedicated to prayer is under construction in the United Kingdom, complete with 1 million interactive bricks. The eternal wall of answered prayer will be visible from 6 miles away. CBN's Brody Carter tells us organizers are asking people to contribute to the project by sending their testimonies.
I never let facts get in the way of truth. I've been presented with so many facts about why this can't happen, and I've believed in the truth that God has asked me to do it.
For 19 years, Richard Gamble has pursued an audacious goal to build a monument to remind the world God still works through answered prayer and healing broken hearts. We talked about how it all started.
I was walking along here, and this flash just popped through my mind of building a wall where every brick represented a story of answered prayer.
Towering over 167 feet tall, the wall, modeled on a giant infinity loop, will rest at Coles Hill in Birmingham. The National Landmark's 1 million bricks will link to answered prayer.
People will be able to come and they'll be able to point their phone at any one of the bricks, even the ones that are miles away, and the phone will light up and it will tell them the story of hope that lies within.
Several times I've been able to share that testimony with other people.
Michelle Heritage witnessed the power of prayer as a single parent after God provided for both her and her child.
And it was really amazing to see how provision came in, how the work that I'd lost was actually replaced in a much better way, with work that was better paid, that was actually better suited to our lifestyle as a family in a new situation.
Michelle's story is just one example of the answered prayers that will rest in the monument.
The power of this is going to stand for hundreds of years.
After 2 decades of planning, Gamble plans to break ground in 2024. He hopes to be operational in 2026. Now, Gamble's asking for your help by simply sharing your story of answered prayer.
We have this funded. We have planning permission. I've got approval from the Prime Minister's office. The hardest thing is getting Christians to give us 5 minutes of their time to actually share a story of what God's done.
So if you have a story of answered prayer, I would really encourage you, write it down and be ready to share it, because your story of hope can be a stepping stone for the next person's breakthrough.
Richard also hopes this landmark will help break negative perceptions against faith, especially in the UK. There, some surveys show only 31% of adults attend church. Brody Carter, CBN News.
I'm reminded we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Andrew?
That's right, Ephraim. I was thinking the same thing. Isn't that interesting to hear the visionary behind that say the funding wasn't the problem, approval wasn't the problem, it's getting Christians to give 5 minutes to tell about an answered prayer. You know, Scripture calls us to be witnesses. To be witnesses. What does a witness do? A witness tells what happened. What did he or she see or hear or experience? So we can brag on God and what He's done for us. And I encourage you to, in your own personal journey with the Lord, make note of answered prayer. Make note of answered prayer, because as you know, maybe months or years later, if you're in a season of doubt or struggle, it's so encouraging to look back and see how God has worked. So great word there and a great reminder.